Okay, I think we're ready. Can you all hear me on this mic? Yeah, okay. Welcome everyone, Carnegie Mellon. I'm Steve Ray. I'm acting as a sort of a pinch hitter introducer today. I've had the pleasure of knowing Jeany Stein for 10 or 15 minutes now. But what I've heard so far is very interesting. So our speaker today in the TOCS series is, as I say, Jeany Stein, the CEO of Select Together, which is her third startup. And doesn't sound like a startup already. It's already serving these, you've read the flyer probably, these 10 million products. But she's already said some interesting words that evoke all kinds of images in my mind. One that's not on the flyer is collaborative consumption. She's going to talk about basically this whole idea, I guess, of getting people together or using things together, building off of what information technology can do for you, right?
Yes.
Is that about
right?
It's got my appetite whetted. So I'm not going to go any further with that, and I'll hand it over to Jeany.
Thank you, Steve, for the introduction. Yes, I was supposed to meet with Stuart or Ted. Both of them, they are not here, but looking forward to see them soon again. Thank you very much all to being here. I will speak today about the future of consultation and location from social to mobile. We will cover in this talk like 9 sections. Why now consultation? Why on the web and why now? Then we will discuss the disruptive technology in 2013 and going forward. What kind of technology exists lately? Because we have new technologies happening right now that they got investment more than $2 billion already. And you will be surprised what kind of technology are those technology. We will call that current state of collaborative economy. We will discuss also what collaborative consultations means, what the requests are. And we will discuss what we developed for online consultation till now, from location till mobile, interactivity, and user experience. And the next generation of online consultation, how it will be in 2014, 2015, what will happen. And they ask me, because here there are so many people and students, they would like to become an entrepreneur, to give them some feedback and some information about the successful co-founding team, the 5 steps, 5 basics idea, what they have to have, those entrepreneurs, and next steps. So what we did, actually, I was just talking a few minutes ago with Cheryl, where we talked about Steve Blank. Last year, we met with Steve Blank, and he is the guy who said, okay, you have to talk to your customers. So we decided to go and talk with few communities to check what they need, what their pains are. And why now online consultation? So we went and spoke with the healthcare industry. It's very interesting here. We have 42% of Americans, they send email to their doctors. They don't get replies at all, often, because the doctor, they don't get reimbursement for that. 9 million Americans exchange with normal email about confidential information with their doctors, asking for requests. 68% of people, they search about healthcare information online today, 68%, which is a huge number. It might be larger, and they would like to get access to their doctors. And actually today, 80 million people would like to get access to online consultation. Yes, they don't want to drive because they have a cold to a doctor or physician just for that. They want to get directly information and about it very easily. And there are 12 American states, including California, they have legislation making it mandatory to pay for online consultation. So reimbursement is a big problem, and we want to solve that. Second, we went to other areas, other communities, such as travel, online education, technology, architects and designers, and surely retail too. And we went to the travel offices or tourism bureau, and I spoke, I think myself, more than 200 tourism bureau in United States, perhaps 120 and 80 outside the United States. And I asked them what is their biggest problem, and here's the situation. Those guys, they sit in their office and they have nobody who visit them to ask them any information about their local information, like Yosemite Park, state of California. All those guys, they have information, but they cannot deliver it. And they would love to deliver it, those information and those expertise to the consumers, but they have no way, because today there is Expedia, Kayak, and all those companies that usually you search. But those companies, they do not have information, local information about Yosemite Park exactly as a person there. So how to solve this problem for them? How to make it possible for them to communicate with consumer in a very easy way? Then we spoke with many guys who are technologists, computer scientists, people who know about computers, who would like to give their advice, and they have no way. They sit at home, they have no way to give advice. Same thing with architects and designers. Those are visual things. So designers and architects would like to show their portfolio, and they would like to show their landscape architects, like how they design it and all that, and they have no way to go online and say, okay, I would like to show it to my consumer right now. No way for that. So they have to drive, or they have to sit at home and wait, or at their office. A very important topic, which is, and that's what I will discuss later, which it's actually the interest of this topic, is why now is 50 years ago, or 40 years ago, or 30 years ago, perhaps 20 years ago, we had families living together. So if you need information about health or food, people can ask their grandpa, their grandma. If they would like to get information, what is healthy, what not, they can ask their friends. Today, such things does not exist anymore as easy way. You have no connection to grandpa, grandma anymore in such easy way. And I will go through the, from last 2 years, what's happening alone. So you have to go online to get crowdsourcing of information about health, or from experts about health and food. And this is totally new things. It's like your friends, our Facebook friends, are not anymore your friends. You cannot go and say, hi, how are you doing? I would like to ride with you today and drive with you to this place. This is not, it's not 2013. That was perhaps 2003, but not 2013, because 2013 we have Facebook. We don't connect anymore with our friends in a normal way. Even we don't use the phone anymore. I mean, I had difficulties today to use the phone to call somebody. We just use text messaging and emailing or Facebook messaging. And the most important thing, which is really my favorite topic, are two things actually, the health and the online education. Here, I mean, we get also a lot of information about online education, how to make online education in a way collaborative so that people, students, and professors can communicate with each other in an easy way. So we will discuss a few disruptive technologies in 2013. And now I will go with a list, and then it will be more interesting. But this list, I have to mention it because this list shows what's happening today and what kind of company they get $2 billion last 2 years just in these areas. So we have today personal services. Okay, you can imagine what kind of personal services exist since 2 years. Rent a friend. People do not have any more friends, so they can rent a friend. Hire a wingswoman, which means she puts you in the spot and introduce you to another woman, and she gets money for that, but you can hire the person online. It's really happening. Other services like nanny with the cloud, so you hire a nanny to go to send your child from a place to another place, or get maid. You can pay to get a maid immediately. Now we can talk about the car sharing process. Car sharing could not exist 6-7 years ago. Why? Because there were no technology there available as mobile app, neither as key locker in a way that you can open any car those car sharing and go from one place. Neither localization, you could not find the car. So today you are able to find a car, the position of the car. In addition to that, you are able to unlock the car and drive. So there are so many companies in this car sharing area, like Uber, Zipcar, and I'm sure all of you know those companies. Sidecar, but interesting, those cars sharing company do not exist only in the US. You can find a car sharing company in Munich, Germany, like Stadtauto, or in Toronto, in Singapore, even in Brazil we have those cars. So we have all kind of Uber, Zipcar, Sidecar there right now. Not only small companies are doing that, also big companies are renting their cars, like BMW, Volkswagen, Peugeot, and Daimler. Daimler have something called Car2Go. You go at the airport, you find a Car2Go from Daimler waiting for you there, and you can find it, and you can find the location of this car. Then there is peer-to-peer car sharing. So here, what we discussed before, we said, okay, you have no connection anymore to grandpa and grandpa, but better, you have no connection anymore to your neighbors. So you go online and Webcar or Take My Car or Pay My Car. Those are all companies that from your neighbors, you can connect with them peer-to-peer and get the car you would like to drive. Then we have the bike sharing. Bike sharing, you can find that in different places too. There are bike sharing in Montreal, in Japan, in Minnesota, in Munich again, and in different Brazil, and different even in India, in China, you have bike sharing already there running. And ride sharing, there is too, like you can Zimride or others that you can share a ride with other people. Then there are like the solar power. You can rent solar power. Solar City, I saw Elon Musk last 10 days, 2 weeks ago, or 2 weeks ago at TED conference, and he was describing how Solar City works, which is you don't even need to pay any money. You have just to rent so the solar provider. You can rent it. You don't pay anything, and you can pay monthly. And there are so many companies in this solar renting process happening right now. And there is toy rental. You rent your toys from your kids to another. Textbook rental. Art rental today. You can find fashion rental. This is like many companies are betting 10 million, 20 million, 30 million right now in fashion rentals. It means you have, you know, some people who have fashion clothes and they want to rent it. And other people would like to buy those renting stuff, like, and they use it for one day, like a bag from Chanel or I don't know what, and they return it back. Many companies in this area, I'm not kidding, it is something running crazy right now. Movies renting, we have Netflix, for instance, where you can get it anywhere, but there are other, you can movie rent. There are companies for general online rental, and peer-to-peer rental. This is so much happening from neighbors. So before you have the Tupperware, today you go to, instead of going to your neighbor and asking, I would like to have a glass of sugar, you can send it online and as an app and ask, I would like a glass of sugar from my neighborhood. They can find you the localization of your neighbor who would like to provide with a glass of sugar, and you can rent that. And there are like 20 companies doing just that. Neighborhood rental. Then you have the peer-to-peer travel, which is Airbnb is one of them. Find a place where you can stay. So this is also something important, so that you go, instead of searching for a place where you would like to stay, you rent your home. But here also we have like 20 of companies doing renting homes in this area. You can rent your home. Actually, it's also, there are like others, like you can rent your studio, you can rent your office at home, and you can hire a few people from different area to come and give this expertise of renting. And there are like few companies doing renting their studios, renting their garage, renting their parking slot, renting their storage. There is also social food renting. So social food network, what that means. okay, I would like to do, somebody would like to do dinner, would like to invite some friends, and somebody else will cook for you. It's happening. And people are paying for that. Investors are very excited about these areas. Um, as I see, the list is huge. So we spoke about shared studio, parking spot. We have the social lending. We have also pets renting, which means you can rent a pet, a dog for a few days. I mean, you can rent a friend already, yes. Yeah, so this is the collaborative economy segment. Collaborative economy, this is a new disruptive technologies happening in 2013. Started in 2011, 2012, and it's called collaborative economy, which means why this list is happening, actually, it could never exist 5 years ago because there was nothing with localization on mobile phone. Today on an iPhone, and we will go through that, you can find any position of any person. In addition to that, before you had your friends, you had your real friends and your real parents and all those people, they were giving you advice. Today you don't have the connection to them. So that's why this is happening, and it's called collaborative economy. Oh no, oh no, this list exists actually all over. This list is not the list, and I have all the companies that work on this list exist not only in the US. Uh, in the US is like 50%, but we have Brazil, we have Europe, extremely high in Europe, India, China, and other countries, more than the US right now. This is something happening all over the globe, not only in the US. And it is good to know that, for instance, rent a bike, it doesn't exist only in the US, exists in Brazil, exists in India, in China, and in Munich. And you can tell where the bike is because we have mobile devices. We can tell where the bike is, and you can open the bike locker with your app, so you don't even need a key for that. So you can be in Brazil and rent a bike for that, and you can be wherever. It's becoming something common all over the places. I saw that in Munich, I saw that in Montreal, I saw that in India, and that was actually 2 years ago, and I couldn't imagine. I was thinking this is something like Zipcar and all that. They were just in the US. They are not only in the US. You have taxi sharing. So taxi sharing is something also important, that you can share a taxi. We have also two things interesting. Crowdfunding, for many people, they think it's very interesting right now. They are thinking those are companies competing with VC, like Kickstarter or others, where you can fund and follow creativity. Some people, they are doing really great stuff here, and they put their stuff on and Kickstarter so to get funded. And we have also gardens. For instance, people who have large yard, they are today renting part of their yard to other people to put plants on it. And I saw a few talks. Actually, there is urban gardening also. I saw a talk at TED conference, which was fantastic talk about a guy who did change LA because they didn't have gardens and they were living in the suburb of LA. So they did the street where you can park your car. They moved the grass and put some plants. And they are doing that now all over LA. They plant tomato and everything. And you can get it and you pay and you invest on that. So it's happening even in LA. There is free gift exchange, swap sites for books. So all these ideas coming from eBay, from Craigslist, like I give you a book, somebody else give you another book. So this is like the swap thing, swap for baby clothing, and different thing for education, online education, such as Udemy, Udacity, and others for online education, how you can share information and be a professor even, yeah, there. Those are interesting things. So another disruptive technology are the disruptive technology the device that capture and analyze a set of sensors, providing intelligence based on context of people, place, and time. And here there are like a lot of technology in indoor for showrooms, like IPS, NFC, RFID, all those kind of technology are very in. You can find your friends, you can find your phone, you can find a person positioned exactly in inches that didn't exist before, existed in 2013, in 2012. We have qualified self, which is also interesting. I'm not sure if you use one of those technology, one of you. Those were available at TED conference. You can carry something on your hands, like Fitbit or others, and it can tell you how much you run that you know about, but perhaps how much you slept tonight and how long, and all those information. Why I find this information important and why it's in our talk. For instance, we are doing for online consultation, okay? So that means we would like, let's say, to know, a physician would like to know the heartbeat of a person. He does not even need to visit this person. He can get the information from the mobile app about the person and give him some advice online without going for small things. We are talking for small things. But more importantly, think about third world, like think about Africa. Those devices are available for people in Africa. And right now the technology is going like, how can we produce mobile devices that track your heartbeat, track how many hours you slept, and all those information about what you ate, and all that, and give you a better advice. Therefore, it's the right moment right now. Then there are other disruptive technologies such as telematics in cars, thermostat, and all that, so that you can be not at your home and figure out and control everything happening at your home, or control everything with big data and what's happening in different cities. You can control what's happening, which cities is doing what. You can tell all that from those mobile devices. I watched a talk from Foursquare CEO who can tell when this happened in New York. He can tell what kind of people are where, when, so they can find the location of all kind of people where they are located, when, and they can show you that as a map, as interactive map, so that you can see, okay, today everybody is here and many people are here, and what's happening, if they have light or no light, and all that's what's happening with big information, big data, what's happening in the world. And sure, for us also, for the online consultation, there is something here interesting and happening, the something called augmented reality, where you can give information through the Google glasses, like where, like you can see, okay, you can ask a question. So for instance, now not anymore like before, that you need to go and get the information on your computer. You can, here you see Sergey Brin, Google, not CEO, COO, and myself with him wearing those glasses, and we were walking around, and you can ask the glass, and this is his vision actually, to ask the glass about, let's say, okay, where am I right now? I would like to know more information about this person I'm talking with right now. I would like to go and make a film about children or something important in my life. You can do that immediately with the Google glasses. It's actually video. It's a little bit like GoPro in somehow, where you can take a video while you are walking around. However, for online consultation, it's also interesting. Why? Because we are doing, let's say, for landscape architects, and for, let's say, somebody doing landscape architect, and he can see the landscape, he can view without designing and without producing everything. He can vision how this will look on this landscape if he's producing immediately through this Google Glass. So this is really something important for people to know, that this is the future. Okay, so talking with with all those kind of companies, discussing with them what they would like to know about, what they would like to have, we recognize a few things. First thing is important for those people that they would like to give online consultation is the payment process. Okay, how I get paid. Do I get paid per minute? Do I get paid per hours? Or do I get paid per my advice? How I get paid? So how to solve that for them. Second, how can we schedule an appointment online? Shall we do it synchronization with a synchronized appointment? That means I see you and you see me at the same time and talk together, or shall you can ask a question and I send you an answer later? Also, like about how to find the right people. Somebody have a pain in his hand and would like to get information about the right physician. How to get this information very quickly and very easy. And the interactivity and the user experience are very important here. So we developed a way that they can connect with their friends, they can connect with the expert, and they can watch information together, and then they can swap those information back and forth together. So localization was something important. So what we did, we developed something for localization that you can take pictures where you are immediately, view where you are, and ask a questions as Google Glasses and find directly an answer. Where is this physician? Where is this restaurant? Where is this healthcare area? And then schedule an online payment. Okay. Then we did the payment, which is actually easy. You can see it here, very easy. We put like, you search for something, we call it a pro for you. We call it a pro for you. And you can search, I have it here, like you can search for any service you would like to have. Even if you don't search for any service, we can integrate interest. Like, okay, you are searching for those interests, and those are the people providing this interest. They can be listed, and you can see everybody, like how much it costs if you talk with this person with this knowledge. This person like 50 cents a minute or less or more, and you can connect the people, the right people with the right specialist. This is really, we built that. So what we did, we went after talking to the travel community, after talking to the healthcare community, we talked to and brought to our on board more than a few thousand physicians that use the site for online consultation. We brought a few hundred travel companies that they would like to consult about their places, like Yosemite Park, State of California, and all that. We talked with wedding planner, events planners that they don't want to drive to their customer every day, and they want to show them that online. And also we had to talk with, I mentioned wedding planner, online education. We went through the online education process, and architects and designers, and technology guys like computer scientists. Okay, about user experience, this is something interesting for you guys. We worked here with Carnegie Mellon, and we developed different user experience. This is something called, we developed that with Ted Zelker and a few other guys here in this room, where we have like something called the stage, where you can, instead of going, we have two interfaces. We do A/B testing. We check what people like more. And this, it's a beta version, online version. Like you can, it's actually live to watch it. It's very interesting, where you can see the area. You can flip and go like an iPad and see other areas. And then you can, all the people who would like to be there, you can see them at 3-dimensional in a room, and they can choose all of them. They exchange views, all of them live. So anybody who joined this, it's on the web actually. Anybody who joined it can discuss with other people live. We did that for online consultation, so that online consultant can discuss things with their with their patient or customers or prospects. Also, we did that for retail. We did this huge for retail. Since we have 10 million products and we have 1 million of visitors on our site, we put them all that they can go through this stage and view things together and discuss saying, okay, I would like to buy that, or I don't want to buy that, and why shall I buy it? So we changed the user experience and somehow more gaming effect, that it's more like a game instead of having this as just a standard web browsing experience. So people, what they do on our site right now, they talk about product they love, they talk about fashion and design, they organize events. Those are the consumers. They go and try to buy a car and discuss about car and discuss things about catalog. So this is our main site. And so here it's interesting, and I will go to this point in a few minutes, which is what are the main points to be an entrepreneur? And one time I was speaking with one very big guy who was telling me about what is to be an entrepreneur, and he said to me, "But something is missing here." I say, "What is missing?" He said, "Your passion." I said, "My passion? I mean, my passion. If this is not my passion, what is missing?" He said, "Something is missing like your passion." I said, "My passion? What can be my passion?" He said, "Like what you like." So this is something very important for all entrepreneurs who are here. Investors will look if you are passionate about it and how much passion you are about it. So a passion means not like you like it. Something you do daily, something you love. So I said, "Oh gosh, I love like healthy food, sports, exercise. I do kite surfing." So I like that. And why you don't focus in somehow this area to healthy food and kite surfing and that stuff? So I decided to make also on our side huge position for health and food, because this is something I feel we can change the world with it. It's not like something, it's important for humans. It's important that you can be able to eat healthy food, get healthy food, and everybody is interested about it. And something you can see, okay, there is a change here happening. And it is about crowdsource information from many people, putting it there together for you, for everybody who's coming to the site. So yes, put it highlighted at the main point, as main point. Then we have for the wedding planner here. And here, anybody who joined the site can see their session like that, and they can see here who's joining their session and how they exchange view together. So those are all sessions happening immediately on the site with other people live. Different session about travel. And now I will show 2 videos. I hope you can hear them.
Select Together is the one place to plan, share, and make decisions with friends, colleagues, and experts. It's a web service for researching, collectively analyzing, and making decisions about home repairs, clothes to buy, dining out, hotels and vacations, choosing a contractor, or anything. For example, traveling business people often find themselves in unfamiliar cities wondering where to get a great meal. Let's say a salesperson from Detroit is staying in San Francisco and wants to take some local friends out for sushi. He may not know the hottest dining spots there, but he does know where to find out on Select Together. Doing a quick search, he finds not just a list of sushi restaurants in the city, but a wide variety of relevant topics that might interest him. He chooses to create a new session and invites via Facebook his friends to drop in and give other options. Select Together's powerful related item suggestion tool makes it easy for everyone in the session to present similar restaurants in the city. Sharing all the best ideas for sushi restaurants, they quickly agree where to meet. Our intrepid salesperson can feel confident taking his friends there because they all chose together the best place for everyone.
And then another tiny video also.
A visitor can launch a showroom session or join one that's already in progress. Here he is launching his own session. He can pre-select from an existing list of questions or enter his own. Now the visitor adds products to the showroom on which they want to discuss and invite their friends or an advisor or both. Push the Start Session button and invitations are sent via email or to their Facebook and Twitter accounts. All participants can see the products in the showroom and comment on them live. They can also present and suggest other products in real time. Again, everyone sees them live. Advice from trusted friends and competent experts gives confidence and encourages buying. Our experience is that the close rate inside the showroom is 3 to 1 higher than regular browsing. A friend or advisor can add a new camera to the third frame and everyone can see it live. Everyone in the session can watch together a video live.
So here the people are watching the video live. And they can also exchange, so that means I can watch this video or you can watch and you can show me another video at the same time. This is happening. You can use any video you see on YouTube and you use that for the site, or any product you can see on any website, you can get it and start a session about it. So it is very easy to get products from any website and start a session, and you have always a link take you back to this website where you get the product from. Okay, so here now we will discuss something totally different. They asked me to talk about entrepreneurs and what are the biggest 5 criteria you have to have from my experience, but what other experts agrees on. I mean, if you speak with many experts, they will tell you, and I read many books and spoke with many PC about this topic, and those are the things that the 5 main things that as an entrepreneur you have to have to build a great company. Sure, the non-conscious idea, then the motivation, integrity, and the passion, what I said before about the passion, which is very, very, very important. It means something you know about, you like it, you think you are changing the world with it, not something just because you heard it's nice or good. This is not why those guys are very successful, because they are changing something big. The winning team DNA, I will speak about it in 2 seconds. I have another slide about this topic. Now the iteration in pivoting, the rapid iterations. This is really something you have to do as an entrepreneur. The thing is, when you start a company or when you do a product, it's not always it's winning products. For instance, when we started with online collaboration, and online collaboration, when I went to somebody and said to him, okay, the site is about online collaboration, he said, and what? But then when I went there back and said to the travel guys, you are sitting at your office, and it is about online collaboration, but you know what? You can generate revenue out of that. You can discuss that with your consumer prospect. They said, how can I register, please? Give us your website, let me register. So it is the same message, it's little bit pivoting and changing and knowing that the customers want that, the consumers want that. That's what makes something successful. Without going and checking on the product with the consumer, if you don't do that, you are not able to build a big company. You have to make sure that the consumer, not one company, not 2 companies, hundreds of companies want this product, and they have a pain for that, and they are happy to use it. And even if you change a little bit on messaging, it might change the whole process. And surely being focused, it's something very, very important, that you can focus on your product, change it, make sure that it is well done for the consumers and the customers, but be focused on this product and not make many things that people do not want. So they want somebody with ego, but without an ego. For instance, that you are accepted to be surrounded with people smarter than you. Authenticity with the product. The iterative way, as I mentioned before, that you can change the product nonstop. So many companies fail because they don't even the product is not fitting and not the right product, they don't change. And they don't check with the customers if the customers want that or not, or the prospects. So they are focused on that and in a way that they don't change, which is not at all good. So error and trial is the most important thing that an entrepreneur is willing to do and accepting to do, accepting that he will find smarter people than himself, and trying to find those people who are smarter than himself. Surely real visionary people are important, but here I would like to say that not always you have 100 entrepreneurs in a company. You have like one CEO who is visionary, but other co-founding team, they can be visionary too and working all together. So sometimes I said, guys here, the guys who would like to join, select together to be a co-founder, fantastic. You can join, you can be co-founder in the company because it's not only about few people, it's big team, big people with big knowledge in different areas. So everybody is complementing each other. And what kind of co-founding team? So something interesting is, which is very good that you are all guys here at Carnegie Mellon, is you can find your friends here. You can find your DNA. You have time to speak with your colleague and build this high potential co-founding team. Sometimes I miss to go back to university and spend with a group of people this amount of time to build always a great group. So you have this potential. You have a potential that you are at the university. You have a potential that you can connect with people, proven chemistry, and they have also past success, and you can build that as a team and as a group for building a company. And actually, I am exactly on time, so now I'm ready for questions. Thank you very much for your time, I hope. Thank you.
So please remember to press the little button on the front of the microphone if you have a question. The recording and remote attendees will hear it that way as well. Any questions? Must be questions. Go ahead.
Have you had any?
That's right. Technical. You mentioned about the technical problem.
Repeat so that people can hear. See that.
So he mentioned about critical numbers
of technical team, basically, right?
Of users. Okay. So actually, we have at the beginning the critical number of consumers. We started with 2,000 consumers. We started with A/B testing about those 2,000 consumers. Today we have 400,000 people using the site often, and this is a critical number. However, this is not a critical number as big as like Twitter or Facebook or other companies they have. They have much higher number. And since we would like to, this is a critical number, for instance, and we have today 35,000 partners on our site as companies delivering us products. And we have 10 million products on our site today. So those are very big numbers, important to building the site, but sure is more important to focus on small group and not only the big group who can make a change as a critical number, the small group who can make the change as a critical number.
So I have a quick one, which is of these 35,000 partners and stuff, are there certain sectors that seem to be much more productive than others in terms of the consumer interest?
That's right. So the 35,000 partners, the biggest sector is retail. And it was the fashion industry and retail at the beginning. Now we moved more to travel and healthcare industry. At the beginning, it was more like fashion products because they are visual and people like to share and exchange a view about fashion product. Then we end up having people watching, for instance, in movie areas, we have like the game, football game, ads, people watching that together. And right now we started to, since we are doing the online consultation and we shift to this online consultation, we get more people from wedding planners, event planners, designers, travel, and healthcare.
So sort of follow-up, I just observed my own kids' behavior in this kind of thing, and they are very strong on reputation-based recommendation systems. You know, forums, various places where they'll go. People earn points, so they know who the experts are, and they direct their questions to those people. But that's all free. How do you, what's the angle that would convince such people to go to a
No, actually on our side, it's not about payment only. So you have a huge part of experts who are also delivering their services for free and for points, actually for award, for as a game. Just the specialists, the experts who are really like the one like really expert would like to generate revenue are the one that charge, but sometimes you see free, so you can get it for free. It's not something you have to pay for it. Even like advising about design and fashion and like, okay, what shall somebody wear, or trends, or advice about a camera I would like to buy or stuff like that. They are all those information free. Something important is always this award. We have that huge on our side because award is something from gamification. It's giving the feeling that you are special. So it's important for us that our people using the site, they know that they are special. They are like the one who are really using it daily basis. Those people, they get stars and they get points and they can get free products for free. And we are doing a lot for them to build this community.
Do you have the rough statistics of your customer? For example, like the gender, I guess a little bit more like female customer based on like talking about fashion or something like that.
It's interesting. Our site was 60% female between the age 25 to 35 at the beginning. And male, they were 40%. And we were expecting the male, they were doing like a lot about technical things like cars and music and game and technical products they were discussing. And now it is 55% female and 45% male. So we are doing some shifting here, but it's still female. We are going after moms and women who would like to communicate and are like often at home and they have more time. However, this is it is the nature of the thing. I think in all websites, the majority of websites, you find more female sometimes than male. I mean, the normal websites, there are websites that are more male than female. But here, because it is like female they like more to communicate and interact and ask questions. And that's why we see that more than male.
So am I correct in understanding that instead of, say, a lot of these freemium models where you get stuff for free and if you pay, you get other stuff, it sounds like your site and your services are more, you can shop around for some free things, but if you see something you really need and it costs, you'll just pay for that particular thing.
That's right.
Okay.
So you pay for that, and because we have 10 million products, you can get those products and pay for them. Mm-hmm. It's not always on our website when the payment is happening.
Well, any other questions? Go ahead. Just hold it down. It doesn't move. You just hold your finger on it and the light goes on.
Quantified world and that include like government services or data, or people taking that data and analyzing it or sharing it and putting it out or anything like that?
So we are not selling our data. That's not happening today. And we will not sell the data what we have because we want that the consumer or the person on our side to have security and confidential information there, and they will be not sold to anybody else. However, government, they have access to those information, and they can see in this on different websites, they can see what's happening in different areas. even the localization right now, it's running. I mean, it's interesting that you see that human being, if you ask a person 10 years ago, would you like to tell that you are at this hotel or this place, or you just went with check-in to any location, you will never say yes because you are worried that somebody else will know. Today, 50% of people use this check-in without any worries because they want to share with other people where they are. Actually, the situation is happening like that. The change is happening like that. Before, you were sitting and watching, I mean, 40 years ago, from the window what your neighbor is doing. Today is not anymore watching what your neighbor is doing, watching the whole web, what they are doing, and okay, you know about it. And before you went to your neighbor, knock the door and ask the person, I would like something, an advice from you, because you know about that, and I would like to get and borrow this from you. Today is different story. You don't do that anymore. You go to a site like Select Together and say, okay, I would like to get an advice from my neighbor, where to go, or I would like to borrow something from my neighbor, how to do it. So it's changed the game today.
Okay, well, I think there are supposed to be cookies outside and beverages, so we can continue perhaps one-on-one conversations out in the lobby. And thank you again, Jeany, for a very stimulating talk.
Thank you.